My extreme pleasure to introduce today's speaker for Soft. Brée is Brée Nachelle, I should actually say your full name, is a multi-hyphenate of epic proportions, an author, a mindfulness facilitator, an AI practitioner, a digital strategist. You read her bio on the site when you got your ticket, so I'm not reading the whole thing. Well, I can't legally say that she was an astronaut because technically that would be fake news. Working at NASA, to me, is literally the closest thing to that. So, I think it counts. And my introduction doesn't stop there, Brée. You know better than this. So Brée and I are friends. We've been friends for a long time, so I get to embarrass her a little bit. I was trying to remember, in my soup of a brain, the first time that we met. So I think it was either a night where we both got into and out of a bathtub in a public place full of ping pong balls. And I would love to leave it just at that, but I don't want you guys to be worried about us. It was Spin DC's opening, so shout out to Spin DC, the ping pong ball place. Okay, it was in full costume at BlurredCon. For those of you who don't know what that is, Brée and I are both cosplayers, big time geeks. Got our geek card stamped. BlurredCon is our black nerd convention that is held locally. So now that I have fully embarrassed Brée, please join me in welcoming her.
Good morning. I was not expecting to be called out. I don't need to introduce myself again, but I'm Brée. I'm really happy that all of you are here. I was not expecting y'all to show up. After hearing my introduction read by someone else, I realized I'm a bit of an overachiever. I want to talk today, my title is called Soft and Savage, and I'm going to talk to you about how softness and savagery are connected. They don't sound like they work together, but they're two energies that actually saved my life and has provided me with a purpose. So they clash, but we need them to do what we do. I also think about, like I said, soft and savage. I'm thinking about Megan Thee Stallion. So I don't know why I made a slide with all of these things, but in addition to that, I guess I should add cosplayer mom, pseudo astronaut. You look at all of these titles and you go, oh my God, how do those connect? What do any of those things have to do with each other? And they don't. But again, I'm a chronic overachiever. And instead of just stopping, it's like, oh, I'm super curious. I get another certification. So I hold my friend in the firm. We counted the other day. I have 21 certifications across 13 different industries. I have been a wedding planner. It's a mess. It's a mess, okay? So when you sit down and I really thought about what I do and what I love about my life, it was AI, social media, and mindfulness. In 2021, I became a mindfulness facilitator. And to people who know me, they're like, you ball of anxiety, what? So we ended up there because in 2024, I had a mini stroke. And my body demanded softness. As a woman in the DC metropolitan area, we do not get to stop. The grand part of working at some of the jobs that I've worked at, you don't get to sleep. What's sleep? And COVID made us work twice as hard for the same pay. So during this time, I'm working hard. I'm doing these things. I'm taking certifications in between working rocket launches. And that's not a humble brag. That's like real life. I was working rocket launches. It really became an issue of I'm doing all these things all the time. When do you rest? I didn't know how to rest. I was going to therapy. I'm doing yoga. I'm doing all of the things, but I wasn't taking care of myself. So in addition to having a really demanding job, having two really good kids, I mean, they're pretty good guys, but they're stressful, and raising kids, recovering from a divorce, I don't know if anyone has been through that process, but that is a grief process. And then actually managing additional grief processes from losses, from family members, jobs, friendships. Your bodies are on 100. Then think about the fact the news is on. From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. And it's always, every day somehow is worse than the day before. And you go, what the hell? So Lexapro can only do so much. And I really had to deep dive into what was going on. How did I end up at 44 years old having a stroke? How did my body say, what? My body said, you know what, you're not listening. Cool. I got you. I got this. And for the hours, I couldn't speak. I like to talk. What do you mean? I couldn't function. What do you mean? So I'm just here today to tell you a story of stop before your body takes you out for real. So let's talk about soft and savage. Softness is survival. It's surrender, it's breath, it's tenderness. Softness is compassion. Savagery, again I want to do my Megan Thee Stallion dance, is the boundary. It's the saying no. Can I cuss Kaylee? It's to tell people to F off. It's the F off, It's saying no. It's knowing your self-worth. It's understanding when enough is enough. And I'll be honest, as a woman in the DC metropolitan area, I don't get to say that very often when I was working, because I was at the Smithsonian at 8 a.m. and online for a live stream by later that afternoon. And then after doing a launch that was delayed for several hours and going back to bed at 5:30, I had to get up and give a debrief to leadership at 8 a.m. That's not a way for anyone to live. It's not real life. So I want you to know that all of these things together make wholeness. You need to be soft. You need to have that savage protection of your spirit, your energy, your health, because together you're whole. You can always say yes, but who's going to protect you from those yeses when your schedule is too heavy and your cup is overfull? So please keep that in mind. I do want to talk to you. How do I even say this? The myth of softness. I just want you to look at this chart that I made because I love AI charts. They always tell us that chronic stress, it's fine, it's a passing phase. You're just going through it. You're just a little stressed out. Can't tell you how many times I went to the doctor like, I am dying. They're like, no, you're just a little stressed out. You're stressed out. Chronic stress will wear your body down faster than anything you have imagined. You think you're going through stress now? Wait until someone dies. Wait until you gotta go to court. Wait till you gotta do all these things on top of the life you already live. Stress is real. So think about, as creatives, as professionals, you're working hard, you have hard deadlines, you have hard sales goals. I don't know if any of you are in sales and you're not meeting your metric and you have that 8 o'clock call you're not looking forward to. Science tells that story that these things are affecting your life. Neuroscientist Bruce McMillan said that chronic stress rewires the brain. It shrinks areas linked to memory and creativity. In over 58 studies, anxiety was found to reduce creative performance by 17%. Hardness and the grind can make it very hard for you to imagine. I want you to continue on to this science of softness. Creativity does not live in chaos. So we live often, actually I'm gonna take my mic down because. There we go. The science of softness is interesting because the chronic stress can lower your creativity. It suppresses your brain. How do I even say this? I am a mindfulness facilitator because I wanted to give people hope. I wanted people to understand that the stress that we're going through right now, it's not always going to be forever. Mindfulness, when I found this quote, I was like, yay, this is me. Mindfulness boosts creativity through resilience and hope. All of these things can filter into what's happening to you on a day-to-day basis. I want you to think about your body as a creative nervous system. We start from fight, flight, and freeze. Have you heard those terms before? That's not a way to live. When your body is consistently fighting and then the next aggressor is happening and then you watch the news and now the White House is what? You know, this affects your creativity. People are like, how can I write? I'm working in the middle of what? You want me to log into a call to talk to you about what? Are you crazy? So when you're realizing this, you have to take your job to self-regulate. Stop. Take leave. Take a nap. It's okay to say, you know what? I need to take 2 hours today to just walk outside. I actually schedule some of my calls that I don't need to be online with, and I just listen in, and I just walk while I'm listening to the call. Take notes while I'm walking. We do not have to be at our desk. I felt like a prisoner in my house during COVID. Because the team's noise, I said I got PTSD from the team's noise. You know, so you're like, oh crap, it's teams. And so we should not be afraid of our technology. Our technology should enhance our lives, not freak us out. I just triggered y'all with teams. But I want you to also remember that when you're considering your regulation of your bodies, be curious about what options are out there. There's so many modalities available for you to do. Everyone doesn't need to do talk therapy. There's so many different types of therapy. Music therapy, movement therapy, art therapy. Move your bodies. Don't just think about paying the lady. Paying the lady is important, but there are other ways to heal ourselves in addition to going to regular therapy. Making space for connection is my number one thing. So many women, especially, and actually men, do not have community. They don't have friends. The only thing they have is their work, and that's problematic. Community and connection heals you. Being in a room like this, you guys don't know, most of you don't know each other, but you just made a new friend. Share your LinkedIn information, follow up with them, give them a high five when they do something great, and let them know, hey, I see you. Being seen is a lot of what heals people. That connection makes people feel loved. I also want you to think about the flow. Once you get this regulation, the curiosity of what your life could be, and the potential for connections, you're gonna flow. You're gonna find joy. You're not gonna be afraid to wake up in the morning. I really felt like I was in Groundhog Day for all of the pandemic. I rolled over and it's like, what fresh hell is about to happen today? You know, I'm stuck in a house. I'm grateful I love my children. But I'm like watching people melt down on Facebook because their kids are like, oh my God, I've never spent this much time with my family before. We need to find flow. Find out about the people that live in your house. They forced us to do that. It was rough. But I want to do a quick exercise with you. We are going to do a quick breathing exercise, but I want you to remember when you're stressed out, you're going to inhale your softness. You're going to exhale your tension. Through that, we're going to cultivate calm. Whenever someone's stressing you out, you have the right to say pause, and you're not going to fight them. You're going to breathe. You just say, and so everyone right now, just close your eyes. I want you to take a big inhale. I want you to inhale the love and softness that's in this room. And I want you to exhale the stress. I want you to exhale whatever conversation you're not looking forward to when we get out this room. And I want you to do it again. Inhale. Just inhale that softness and feel it. And then exhale. And that is your first step in mindfulness, is to breathe. There's different types of breathing that you can do in different situations, but just stopping and breathing can save so much time, energy, poor conversations, conflicts. Just breathe. I wanted to touch base again on softness as collective care. Here we have this chart that I made because I like charts. But I want you to think about when you're starting your healing and growth process, that's an individual process. But when you are not well, you affect your community. You ruin your relationships. But if your community is thriving with you, we're all better. Community is really what's necessary and what's the missing factor to a lot of what's happening in the world. When you're stressed out about what you see on television, who can you reach out to make it better? That's community. Calling your congressman and putting up a protest sign, that's building community. So looking at what we do, I have a coloring party. I do coloring parties every once in a while. I cannot tell you how many people are like, I've never just sat and done nothing. Coloring is fun. I know people think I'm crazy. I spend a lot of money on crayons. But if Crayola ever sees this, I love a sponsorship. But we need a shared commitment with the people in your circle to nurturing each other. That check-in, it doesn't have to be every day. No one owes you community, but you build community through your actions. So if I don't show up for you, and you don't show up for me, and girl, you ain't check on me. Well, you didn't check on me either. We have to check on each other. That is community. And I think right now we're so self-involved. I don't feel like dealing with that. I'm just gonna mute it. You can't mute care. I can't tell you how often, like my ringer stays off on my phone. I'll be completely honest, I am not the person to call an emergency. But as soon as I'm able and I have the space, I'm there. And it's okay to put that boundary on your self-care. I'm also an oldest daughter. Mm-hmm. Do we have can anyone raise their hand? Any oldest daughters in the room? Mm-hmm.
Second mom.
I see you. In the family, the oldest daughters tend to be the second moms. Mm-hmm. So you are carrying generational trauma in your DNA. Because the expectation of what you need to do for your family, you don't even get to make a decision on because you are the oldest. How dare you tell me you're not going to make 12 pies for Thanksgiving? How dare you not be here for Cousin Ida's wedding that I don't know? You know, things of that nature, they make you stressed. You want to get to the center of your softness and do what you need to do to protect it. So, where can you right now, today, find softness in your creative life? Just sit with this for a second. I want you to think about your deadlines. What is one thing we can take off our plate right now? Can you hire a VA? Can you barter with someone? Can you say no? Because I'm right on top of it, Rose girl from, that's my old down, I just dated myself. But you know, it's like, hey, I'm on it, I got you, da 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 da. And then I have a calendar full of foolishness and I've completed none of my tasks. Say no, it's okay. Hey, can you assign that to someone else? I'm overburdened right now. The professional way to say this, hey, these are the list of all the items you've given me today. Which one would you like for me to take off my plate to get this done for you? Bosses don't like that. But we have to protect ourselves because our performance reviews don't rely on it. I want you to think about creating for joy. When's the last time you just did something to make you happy? dancing around. I put on some Stevie Wonder old albums and just dance around the house. People think I'm losing my mind, but I am. I need to dance. Coloring. Do you get to color? Coloring makes me happy. I love coloring. I've actually provided coloring pages and bookmarks for you in the back tables because that is a big part of my practice. Also, let your body lead. If you are tired, are you tired because you're really tired, or are you tired because you need to move? Do you need to go for a walk? Get some oxygen to those blood cells, to those muscles. Once you start moving, you feel better. And I didn't believe this. I want to tell y'all this right now. I wanted to lay on the sofa every day. People come to my house and just fall asleep on my sofa. You can just sit on my sofa, wrap yourself in one of the luxurious blankets. And then my kids call me couch mom. You live in couch heaven. Couch heaven had me sick. It had me heavier than I'd ever been. And I think all of those things led to the stroke. Move. So we're about to wrap up here. But I want you to know that it is okay to move at the speed of your soul. This is a quote from my new book, Aligned, Not Automated. I didn't use my notes, I'm so excited. I used to really think that softness was luxury. I thought that it was something we could buy. I thought it was something that I could experience, but softness and luxury is every day. You deserve to take a bath or have a cup of tea and be quiet. It's not something we earn after we grind, after you've worn off all the enamel on your teeth by grinding your teeth, by, going to the doctor. Softness is taking care of yourself. Make your appointments, make your mammograms, make your gynecological appointments, get your prostate checked. People are passing away at a phenomenal rate from rare diseases older people always had. So it's because of the stress. And as my auntie would say, being on that phone. Softness is really the only way to survive it. That you have to be soft with yourself. I can't believe I'm done today. So I want to say thank you. So if today has resonated with you at all, please use my QR code, which will link you to my Breathe workbook, which includes the entire framework on how I base these slides. It also includes links to a playlist just to get soft and aligned. I call this my aligned and iconic era because I hate speaking in front of people, so pray for me. And I wanted to share a fun thing, that upon being told that the theme for this month was soft, I instantly remembered the episode of The Big Bang Theory when Penny would sing Soft Kitty to Sheldon. He would have a panic attack or whatever, and it would remind him of his mom. So I'm going to sing for y'all today. The lyrics are, soft kitty, warm kitty, pretty ball of fur, happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. Does anyone know the song? Let's do it again. Soft kitty, warm kitty, pretty ball of fur, happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. That song makes you feel cozy, right? So I want to say thank you for taking your moment of softness with me today. Thank you for remembering, moving forward, that you need time to heal and be healthy, and keep learning to move simply at the speed of your soul. Thank you.